Well, he did have a rough month. Not a lot of punch in his at-bats, Jack, but with 30 days left in his regular season, is Girardi going to make that move now?
No, he's not going to make that move. I think Joe Girardi went into this season deciding how he was going to manage Derek Jeter, and it wasn't going to be any different than the way managers have managed Derek Jeter throughout his career. He was going to hit second. He was going to play shortstop. And the Yankees wanted to believe that Jeter had one great season left in him. But you look at those numbers for August, and they're not pretty numbers. I mean, in fact, Elias gave us a stat that it's one of his worst months. I believe it's his worst month ever in at-bats, in months where he's had at least 90 at-bats. But I don't really see Girardi making a change.
Yeah, I don't. And you're right, Jack. After all this time, 20 years, 1 month to go, I think Girardi's going to bet on Jeter to have a big finish. That he's going to get a little extra push, maybe a little extra adrenaline rush. You can talk all you want about the numbers. You can talk about the lack of extra base hits, only 18 on the year for Derek up to this point. Really, in the two-hole, you put somebody else in there, what's the real benefit and what would be the damage done to Derek and sort of the goodwill that's happening right now? What's best for the team? I don't know. Betting on Derek Jeter is not a bad way to go, and Girardi's seen it so many times. Why not give it one more month?
Well, he and everybody else have been betting that a lot of these hitters would play to the back of their baseball cards, and they have not this season. So you could throw Teixeira and Beltran into that, David, especially when you consider they're batting in the 4 and 5 hole tonight. You don't want that to be a black hole. And for Teixeira lately, he's striking out about once every 3 at-bats.
Yeah, that's the thing with Teixeira. You know his average has dipped over the course of the year, but he was really still providing power early in the year. His home run numbers were actually pretty good for the majority of the year, and you need to get some of that pop back. Of course, Beltran's shown flashes. Obviously, has had that elbow injury, but you still get the feeling that Beltran can get a hot streak going. He's shown glimpses of that throughout the year, and you obviously need these guys. I think it's more than just these two guys. You need the entire lineup to kind of click and get hot collectively in order to do that 20-6 type run that you're going to need.
And I agree with Dave. I mean, you look at Teixeira and Beltran. Beltran is actually the one guy now you would think there's something still there. He's 0 for his last 10, but you had seen periods where he was hitting the ball and hitting it with authority. Teixeira had the only hit the Yankees got against Hutchison on Saturday, but he looks uncertain up there. He doesn't look like a guy who's going up there with a lot of confidence. We've seen a lot of swings that are uncertain. We've seen him check swings and striking out. He talked about Hutchison going up the zone against him on Saturday. Doesn't look like a very confident hitter right now. He told Kevin David off of the Post when he asked him, do you feel like you have a big September in you? He said, I hope so.